And welcome back. A couple of weeks ago, E.O. Wood Roofing told us about wanting to give a free roof to someone who really needed one. So they asked for people to submit their stories to help them find a deserving person or persons who could use the help.
Yeah, and did they ever submit stories? The good news here, after receiving about 500 entries from all over the area, they picked a winner. Take a look.
E.O. Wood has been serving families since 1899, so that's over 121 years now. So, and even though our founder is long gone now, the spirit of his reputation, his name, and his legacy lives on in the name and the quality of our work. So we have a proud heritage at E.O. Wood, and we still have families to this very day, helping families all over the Ozarks. Back on March 27th, we had a pretty significant hailstorm in the Ozarks. 2-inch hail hit in Republic and various other areas, and so we started to get calls from those areas to inspect roofs. And that was during the center of the lockdown with the pandemic. And so a lot of people had serious damage on their roofs. Needed to file claims, but unfortunately some people could not do that because they weren't working. They didn't have the money for the deductible. So, and that's a heartbreaking story when you hear it dozens of times, you know, as you go on every day doing roof inspections. So I thought, well, let's do something out of the box and help some people. So I talked with my partners at Arrowhead, and we agreed that we ought to give at least one family a free roof in the Ozarks.
Well, it was Mark Wright from E.O. Wood's idea, and he came to us and he wanted to help people in the community. He also shared it with ICO, with the representative from ICO, and we thought it was a great idea. We want to help the community, families serving families, just like Mark said. Our part of the equation is really supplying, we're the distributor for ICO, and we work to put the product on the roof, to spread the product out efficiently so Mark's roofers can work in the most efficient manner. And we just like serving the community. So when Mark came to us with this idea, we thought it would be a home run.
Yeah, the criteria for the winner in the contest was, number one, you had to have a bad roof, and number two, you need to live in the Ozarks, and number three, we wanted somebody who was impacted and affected by what was going on with the pandemic, coronavirus, and because we had heard so many, you know, depressing stories about people being on lockdown and being financially harmed by the current circumstances. And so this wonderful family from Stratford, Missouri, met with them last week, and a beautiful couple, Deanna and Brian, and they got 5 precious kids. And she started to explain to me what was going on in her life and what was going on with her roof. Number one, they moved into the house many years ago, and it was an older home, and the insurance company refused to insure the roof. And she had to get a new roof paid for out of pocket before she could get the roof insured. And they're a young couple struggling like the rest of us, and they just couldn't afford that. She was a child care worker in Marshfield, and she got furloughed from her job. She was not paid for many, many weeks, which hurt her family. But instead of being depressed about it, Deanna stood up and took in 10 of those kids from that child care facility and brought them into her home, because those kids were children of health care workers who weren't getting furloughed but were actually working a lot of extra hours. So Deanna took 10 kids plus her 5 own kids into her home and did that for about a month and didn't charge them anything. Deanna and her family was negatively impacted by the pandemic, but she stood up to help her community, help her job, and I thought it's a wonderful story, and she desperately needs a roof. So for me, she checked all the boxes about what this contest was really about, helping a family like them, and I'm so proud that E.O. Wood and Arrowhead and ICO combined together to help a family like that in the Ozarks. The pandemic and the lockdown is still financially hurting a lot of families in the Ozarks, and we understand that, and a lot of people are not unable to pay for their deductible once they get their insurance claim approved, and those deductibles can be anywhere from $500 up to $2,500. So what we've done is partnered with a financing company. We're doing 0% for up to 24 months, up to $2,500 on the deductible, and we actually quarantine your first payment for 90 days, so no payment for 90 days. And we're going to bring some other new programs that have never been given here in the Ozarks in the past by roofing companies. So we got some new innovative things that we'll be announcing very soon in the near future. If people want more information about EO Wood, go to eowoodmissouri.com, or you can call us at 417-427-ROOF or 7663.